The first thing she did when she woke up was try to stab me. That was how I knew she was going to survive. I caught her wrist an inch from my throat, metal blade shaking in her grip. She hissed, a sharp, rasping sound that echoed inside the wrecked hull of the dropship. "Release me, beast," the alien woman snarled, "or I will sever something vital." I didn't let go. "Easy," I said, keeping my voice low and steady. "If I wanted you dead, you wouldn't have woken up." That earned me a glare sharp enough to cut steel. Her skin was a deep shade of cobalt, mottled with pale markings that pulsed faintly. For eyes, arranged in a diamond pattern, locked onto my face. Blood, thick, dark, and iridescent, had soaked through the side of her torn uniform. She tried to pull away. Pain won. She cried out and collapsed back against the shattered bulkhead. "Easy, beast," she shouted again as I caught her shoulders to keep her from reopening the wound. "You'll snap my spine." "I won't," I said. "But if you keep moving, you'll bleed out in 10 minutes. That got her attention. "My name is Aaron Cole, former human combat medic, current survivor of a crash landing on a moon no one bothered to name. The dropship wasn't supposed to be anywhere near this sector. A navigation failure, alien tech spliced with human systems, had sent us spiraling into the gravity well of a barren rock circling a dying red star. She had been my only other passenger, an alien intelligence officer from the Kavari Coalition. And judging by the way she looked at me, she still hadn't decided whether I was a rescuer or a monster. The beginning of this story happened hours earlier, when the ship screamed itself apart in the upper atmosphere. I barely remembered the impact. Just alarms, heat, and the sound of something very large tearing loose inside the cabin. When I came to, the ship was half buried in black dust and twisted metal. Power was gone. Life support was failing. And she was unconscious, pinned beneath a collapsed support strut. I didn't know her species well. Only that Kavari were taller, denser, and structurally different from humans. Stronger bones, different muscle attachments, different pain responses, which meant I had no manual, just instincts. I cut her free, dragged her clear, stopped the bleeding as best I could with improvised bandages and a medical kit that had been designed for humans, not cobalt-skinned aliens with copper-based blood. Then she woke up and tried to kill me. "Why haven't you finished me?" she demanded now, breathing hard. "Because you're injured," I said. "And because I don't kill wounded people." She laughed bitterly. "Then you are either a fool or lying." "Probably both," I said. She shifted again, and I tightened my grip. "That's your lower thoracic region," I said. "You took shrapnel. One fragment's lodged near the spinal ridge. If I don't remove it, infection or paralysis is likely." Her eyes widened slightly. "You plan to operate?" she asked. "With what I have," I said. "You are a beast," she repeated. "Crude. Heavy-handed. Still your best option," I replied. She stared at me for a long moment, then let her blade clatter to the floor. "If you cripple me," she said, "I will haunt you." "Fair," I said. "Try not to move." The middle of the story was measured in minutes and heartbeats. The medkit didn't recognize her biology, but anatomy is anatomy when you strip it down far enough. I sterilized a cutting tool, adjusted for her thicker dermal layers, and worked slowly. Too slowly, according to her. "By the void," she snarled as I applied pressure to stabilize her spine. "Easy, beast. You'll snap my spine." "I won't," I said through clenched teeth. "Humans are stronger than we look, but we're careful." "Your hands are like gravity," she hissed. "Occupational hazard." She laughed once, sharp and surprised, then cried out as I extracted the fragment. Her blood flowed thicker now, reacting to the air. I sealed the wound with a compound meant for humans and hoped her physiology wouldn't reject it. Silence followed. Then a long, shaky breath. I am still whole, she said. See, I said. No snap spine. She turned her head slightly to look at me. What is your designation, beast? She asked. Aaron, I replied. Human. I am Valeth, she said. Kavari intelligence. Figures, I muttered. Hours passed. The storm outside the wreck intensified, turning the sky into a churning red haze. We rationed power, water, and heat. Valeth watched me constantly. You could leave me, she said at one point. The wreck will not sustain two. Not how we do things, I replied. Even enemies? Especially then. She considered that. You humans are inconsistent, she said. Welcome to the club. As her pain subsided, the tension shifted. She asked questions. About humans. About our medicine. About why I had treated her instead of prioritizing my own escape. I answered honestly. Because survival's easier when you don't abandon people, I said. You risked your life for a stranger, she said. An enemy. Yeah, I said. That's kind of our thing. She was quiet after that. The storm finally broke on the third day. Rescue beacons, alien and human, lit the sky as coalition ships descended. The Kavari and Terran fleets arrived nearly simultaneously, weapons powered but not fired. Valeth struggled to sit up. They will question you, she said. My people do not trust easily. Neither do mine, I said. She hesitated, then placed her hand over mine, lighter than I expected. You treated me with strength, she said. And restraint. I shrugged. Part of the job. No, she corrected. Part of being human. The ending came later, aboard a neutral medical station. Valeth recovered fully. I was debriefed, commended, questioned extensively. So was she. Weeks later, I received a message, encoded brief. You did not snap my spine, beast. You held the line instead. Attached was a formal recommendation from Kavari Intelligence, a request for human medics to train alongside their forces. Because sometimes the galaxy learns something new about humanity not through conquest or technology, but through steady hands, quiet courage, and the willingness to help someone who might still be holding a knife.